Hello, everybody. Welcome to my talk. Here I am on Thursday with nothing ready for you guys either. So I said, okay, which is good because that prompted me to go um, and do my finances for March, see how good I did. So, last time I was sad because I only went down like 60 bucks. Um, so I gave myself a goal. I thought if I do a goal, I will try to reach it, which I didn't, but I owed 15,937 in February. And my goal was 15,400 even. I didn't get there. And it's a lot. It's the interest. It's the interest that I had literally no idea. I was just like, oh my God, when I was younger. It's like, look, I can buy all this stuff and I'm good. And then I only have to pay $25 next month. And that was crazy to think that that worked, but I did. And now I'm paying for all the stuff that I got back in the day. Um, Crazy, but it's okay. I had fun. I had fun. Como dicen, like, lo bailado, ¿quién me lo quita? Hey, ¿cómo bailé? I danced a lot, and I went out a lot, and I dressed nice a lot, and I did things a lot. So, I want to get back to zero so I could start doing all that again now that I'm alone. Um, I, I, I think that I could go back to the way it was, but not the way it was, the way it was, but more mature, more responsible. I will not get into debt again. Um, but anyway, so I ended up at $15,515.82. That is how much I owe as of today. And so I gave myself a little goal for next time, see if it works. I'm going to try harder to put more money in. And my goal is 14,900. So I'm going down to the 14 instead of the 15. So that's the, I know, like I tell other people, I'm like, oh my God, you know so much. And for me, it's like exciting. Like, I can't believe I'm at 14,000 because I owe so much more that 14,000 doesn't even like feel like anything. But, um, but we're getting there slowly but surely. I wish it would be faster, but there's a lot of things to, take care of still. And still, since, that's 3 minutes of how it's looking financially over here. But here's my vision board. I put this thing so I could do my vision board and remind you of the things that I wish for in the future. And of course, this is always and forever gonna stay in the same location. You'll always see it here. Maybe I should move it around to, maybe I could lose some more weight if I move it somewhere else. Maybe it's still here. Maybe it's at a what is it, plateau because it's been here so long. But nutrition, and I put it above exercise because I exercise daily. I'm just consistent with that because it's now a habit of mine. If I don't exercise, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like I breathe well, right? And the program I'm doing right now, it's 7 days. Like the stretch day is on Sunday, and so I was looking forward to the stretch day because last week was my first week. On Friday, when I didn't, I said, oh, I had Saturday. It's probably a stretch day. Oh my God, Saturday was not a stretch day. It was extreme. And then Sunday, I didn't do my stretch. So I have a stretch and, another stretch on Sunday. So maybe I'll do 2 stretches on Sunday because Sunday I got busy. I told you about it. Last Sunday was weird. It was a weird Sunday because it was different from what I'm used to doing. And yeah, a lot of people were missing out of my heart. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest? I think one of my girls gave this to me, or maybe it belongs to one of them, but it's blue, which is my favorite color, and then it has a little heart. Yes. Anywho, so there we go. And this is Happy Me. Yes, it's an Asian little girl. I wish I was Asian. Um, but it's yeah. At one point, it was I wanted a ring, and then I left it up there because she's happy, and I just want to be happy. And it's been working, most of last year, and yeah, I'm pretty, because I choose joy. I choose it because there's a lot of moments that, for example, this past weekend was horrid, but then, I found my joy. My cousin was here. She was with me the whole time, and we did things maybe I prompted to do, and she went with it, which is the good thing about cousins. Um, she wanted to make me happy, and we went to the movies, we went shopping for food, and that was fun, I thought. And then we talked a lot, which I needed that little venting situation. I love her for that. She's always there for me. It's crazy. Like, I'm gonna go off subject, but we're together like we were together, her and I, forever, like almost day and night, and we're chumps. That's the closest person I've had. Even closer, I got really close to my sister Angie, whom I mope about all the time, but never as close as I am to my cousin, whom I'm the closest to ever. Like, I think maybe Angie knows a little bit more about things, like feeling wise, but Alma I don't know, they're right there. They're right there. Just because, which I was gonna say, we were so close when we were young, and then I got married. But then, I got married, and like everybody that gets married, it's now like your nucleus, which was all this family over here, is now this little, you're trying to compromise, you're trying to make it work, and you kind of forget of everything else. And take it, we used to go to the park every Sunday as a family of like at least 50 of us, if not, because we're a lot more than 100, but at least 50 of us were at the park every Sunday playing volleyball, mingling. Those were happy times to me. They were very happy times. And so for a long time, and I'm not a phone person. I've been seeing, now that I have time to, like, other than um, help other people, now it's just me. So it's me and the fucking, did I say a bad word? It's me and the nice phone that makes me happy. The phone makes me happy too. And so I've been seeing a lot of things about Aquarius this year. And I read into it, and I am very Aquarius because I do not like talking on the phone. I do not want to say, oh, let me call somebody. No, I rather say, oh, let me get the keys and go in front of somebody and talk. Maybe that's also, what am I, Gen Z-ish, because we didn't have phones till, when we were like in our 30s. But I'm not very, I love watching like what people are doing, and I love posting and doing this, but I'm not one to call or want to call somebody for nothing. I'd rather be in person. And so Sunday, when we were with the family, that's when I, mingle, or when we go to parties, or when we go visit somebody, which is mostly parties. We have a lot of people, so we have a lot of parties. But I don't grab the phone to call. I made it a point, like, I think last year, like, I would call my mom, and I would check it off if I called my mom. It was a check off thing, because I don't call my mom every day. And every time I see something that says, oh, if your mom is alive, you should call her, la la la. And I'm like, oh my God, let me call her. I'll call her then. But it's not in me to call somebody on. It just feels wrong because I'm not seeing them. I like to see the reaction of if I'm saying something. Are they gonna roll their eyes? Are they happy? I do not like the phone. I mean, for like an emergency. Hey, I'm coming, or what? Are you gonna be there? So I could go, right? Anywho, so I never called anybody. I would just be there, and I got very uh, into my kids and their activities and all that. Like a mom. You. This is your world now, and I left everything behind except when there were the park or the parties, and so that was that. I mean, not even my sisters, because like my sister would tell me, my mom thinks you call me every day because she asked me, what is Susan doing? And I go, I don't know. We don't call each other because we don't call each other at all, like for nothing, nothing unless there's or we're preparing something together for whatever, like a party or something. But I do not call my sisters. I do not call my parents. I Right now my kids aren't living with me. I do not call my kids. Like, I'll send them a text at night, and mostly because people tell me, my mom, you have to talk to your kids. You have to be there for them. La la la. And I'm like, oh my God. And then sometimes it's 11, and I'm like, oh, good night. I love you. But it's not in me. It really isn't. I'm opening up to you. Don't think I'm mean. I love everybody. I love everybody with all my heart. Like, I feel that if anybody would call me and tell me at whatever time, whatever they needed, I think I would get up and go without even thinking about it, Because I wouldn't say like, oh man, I gotta get... No, I would just jump and go. So I love deeply. I enjoy being needed. I want to go help, but I'm not one to call you every day. Anyway, why did I start talking about that? I don't remember. Oh, because of my cousin. So there was a whole point while I was growing my kids that I didn't talk to anybody other than at parties at the park. And even then, if you're not able to talk to everybody the same because it's a lot of people. Anywho, I stayed in my own little nucleus with my kids and my husband. And so now I'm alone, and I ended up here again. My daughters say, it's a full circle, Mom, it's a full circle. Yeah, so I'm over here, and I just know that she's my person since we were little, forever and ever, and I hope she knows it. She doesn't watch this because she doesn't have time to watch my my videos, but I love her dearly with all my heart. Anyway, so yeah, she's my person right now that I could talk to and that I feel comfortable and safe with, because again, I have my sisters, but one of my sisters has little kids that she's in that this is all that counts right now, and my other sister has, she has her family too, and they do things, and she's very, we kind of clash sometimes, and she doesn't even know we clash because I'm very like, and they say that about Aquarius too. Like, if you don't like something, you're not gonna argue about it or fight. You just like close down, and like she does things sometimes that just like and I just like because I don't like making people feel bad either, right? And who am I to judge what she's doing? She probably doesn't like me because she's so extra and fast and does things, and I'm like, like, I know that people like that are just not my people, because there's people like that, like at the pops or that I meet somewhere, and I'll just like completely close down because I can't. I can't because I'm slow and I listen, I follow directions, I'm slower at whatever. And if somebody's like this, is like, oh my God, I can't, uh, I'm not gonna stress myself out for if you are fast and you want to do that, I'm gonna stand here and watch you do it. I'm not gonna get in your way because if I do, I'm gonna be in your way because I'm slower than you. So I just stand back and watch them like derail. That's what I see when I'm seeing that. I'm like, they're just going with no, like no control. That's how I see it, and like it's out of control. So I'm gonna stay behind, and it irks me sometimes. And like I wish I could just go like, stop it, listen, pay attention, follow the directions. But on the other side, they probably think like, Susan, why don't you hurry up? Like we're way up here and you're still reading the directions over here. And not that I read directions, but I just don't want to go ahead and do it wrong and then have to come back. That's my thing. I think I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, there we go. I went way off track. I don't even know, but maybe because I know I was here, maybe my cousin makes me happy. I just told you another story. Anyway, you can't see this, but it's a hand holding lots of money, and that's what I need, fast and the furious, because I want to get a house, and the house is down here. Only because this laptop is up here. I think because I wanted a laptop by December. I didn't get it. I didn't buy it because I'm thinking my business, which, this is probably my business. And I was going to start, I knew that January I was just going to pull myself together from all the partying at the end of the year. And then I was going to hit the floor running out in February. And I didn't. And now we're mid-March and I haven't done anything. So I'm ashamed of myself. Bad Susan. So I need to figure something out. It's just so busy at work right now. And yeah, excuses. But yeah, that's my excuse. So anyway, I need to figure out my business so I can make more money and buy the house. And then, I have me and my daughters here because I want to be happy with my daughters. And I added my son over here because I want to be happy with my son, whose birthday is this weekend. So my heart's like, dun, dun, dun. What am I going to do? Anyway, I ordered him something for his back. Hopefully, I'll get it before, because I plan to go on a cake and a present. And just for a little bit, because he's got a little bit of problems, and he also stresses out over there too long and we're loud. So we're just gonna go do that really quick, maybe a little breakfast, maybe wash the dishes, and boom. Because we also have a dentist appointment afternoon, so we'll only be there in the morning for a little bit. And then, this is me being relaxed and comfortable, and can you see that? That's me laying in the grass reading a book. And I have a book that I've been wanting to read, which I haven't read. But I think I'm pretty relaxed. Like when I'm doing this is relaxing. Because right now I was over there working and I'm like, oh. And then I said, you know what? Just take a little time. You haven't done your YouTube. You're supposed to upload it in the morning. And it's now 1 and you haven't done it. So here we are. And that's it. I called because this week, like last week was first week of March, and I did nothing. So I said, okay, Susan, this week is gonna be a better week. La 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 la. I have, still with my husband the IRS debt from, I guess, I don't know why, because we owe money for taxes, because we might make a little bit more money than we need to, which is horrible because I need money to pay my debt, but these people are wanting to take more of my money. So I guess I owe what I owe plus what I owe to the IRS, which, anyway, we took care of the state. We need payment arrangements for the federal because it's a little more than what I have to pay. And of course, I'm not going to make my husband pay because we are distanced. And I don't know. I don't know how that works. That it's so weird to me. I think it should just be like we don't want to be with each other. We sign the paper and we're done. But it's not. It's so weird. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But it's almost 2 years and we're still married because I don't know what to do. And if I don't know what to do, he doesn't know what to do. And because I've always had to do everything for him, and I'm still doing this to try and, be done. But I'm still there. Anyway, I'll let you know when it's done. Once I finish, because I'm gonna tell you why I want a house by May. It didn't matter before when the house was, but now I want it by May because my daughter is graduating in May, and I want to give her at least like a little, party, just the family to congratulate her because that's a big accomplishment. Not everybody goes to college and finishes, and she's about to do that, and I'm so proud of her. She's such a good little girl from the beginning of time. She was so helpful, and just not that she helped, which she did, but she was very, what is it? She's my sandwich, my middle child, and she's very, you know, I had a baby right after her when she was still a baby, and she stopped wearing diapers, she stopped drinking, very independent and very, she does her own thing since she was little. Like, I thought I was gonna have two babies with diapers and two babies with bottles. She left the diapers, she left the bottle by herself. Like, it wasn't like I wanted to wing her. It was like she threw it out of the car, her last bottle. And I said, okay, no more bottle. And she was okay with that. And she's been like that her whole life. And it's very helpful to me as a mom of my first child and my last child. And she was like, okay, you take care of yourself because I have to take care of this one and this one, which is unfair, but that's kind of how it went. And from what I read, that's kind of how it is for all middle children, or, because I know I'm the oldest child, and I'm pretty much Laura took over that place because I'm not like the oldest child that has to be. But anyway, I'm okay with that. And now it's getting long, but yeah, I need money to buy a house in May so I can make a party for my daughter. Which I'm throwing it out there. I'm throwing it out there in the universe. See what happens. But anyway, I called the lady who I found at the house that I liked, which is too much money, but maybe I'll just get that one. Let's see where it goes. And what else? Oh, and I called so it's been a good week. I've been doing things, at least touching base on them. And then I did the how much I owe thing, which is another thing. So yeah, this week was a pretty good week. High five, Susan. High five, people. Just make yourself a list and do the things. That's it. I mean, the bottom, I have this very at the bottom because I think at the end of the last year, I went out a lot, and going out means wasting money or spending money that I could have put towards this, but I have fun, and to me, that's worth it. So, anywho, that's that. I am almost at 25 minutes. I thought it was going to be like a 5-minute thing, but I talk too much, right? Yeah. I'll see you next week. Hopefully I'll have something fun this weekend so I could tell you something fun. Actually, next week is St. Patrick's Day on Tuesday, so maybe I'll do something on St. Patrick's Day and post it here. That would be the goal. Maybe something on the weekend, St. Patrick's ish. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna let you go because 25 minutes right now.